More than 1400 years ago, on the plains of Arafat, beneath the open sky and surrounded by over 100,000 followers, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, stood before the people and delivered his final sermon. This was not just a message to a nation, it was a message to all of humanity. His words that day were not meant for one generation or one land, but for every heart that seeks truth, justice, and peace. The farewell sermon, a timeless reminder that still echoes across centuries, calling mankind to live with faith, dignity, and compassion. The Prophet, peace be upon him, began with a declaration that resonates as a foundation for all human ethics. He said, "O people, just as this day, this month, and this city are sacred, so too are your lives, your property, and your honor sacred to one another." With these words, Islam established one of the earliest declarations of human rights, that every life is precious, every person deserves safety, and no one has the right to harm, humiliate, or steal from another. In a world still struggling with violence, exploitation, and injustice, this teaching remains a divine call to honor the humanity in every soul, Muslim or non-Muslim alike. The Prophet, peace be upon him, taught that dignity is not granted by wealth, race, or power, but by the sacred breath that Allah placed within us all. He continued, all usury, interest, is abolished. Fear Allah concerning your treatment of others. The world before Islam was filled with systems of oppression, the rich growing richer while the poor drowned in debt. The Prophet, peace be upon him, came to end that exploitation. He reminded his followers that true success is not in taking advantage of others, but in being fair, honest, and merciful. Today, in an age of financial inequality, this principle still speaks powerfully. Wealth without ethics leads to destruction. Islam's economic vision is not against success, it's against greed. It encourages earning with honesty, spending with gratitude, and sharing with generosity. Then came one of the most revolutionary statements ever spoken. O people, your Lord is one, and your Father is one. You are all children of Adam, and Adam was created from dust. No Arab has any superiority over a non-Arab, nor a non-Arab over an Arab. No white person has superiority over a black person, nor a black person over a white person, except by piety and good action. Over 1,000 years before any modern movement for equality, the Prophet, peace be upon him, declared absolute human equality. This was a message that transcended race, color, and culture. A declaration that what truly defines a person is not their background, but their character and their righteousness before Allah. If humanity embraced this single teaching, racism, nationalism, and hatred would fade, replaced by the unity that Islam envisions for the entire world. In that same sermon, the Prophet, peace be upon him, addressed one of the most critical aspects of society, the treatment of women. He said, "Treat women kindly, for they are your partners and helpers." At a time when women were often treated as property, Islam restored their honor and rights to inheritance, education, respect, and dignity. The Prophet, peace be upon him, reminded men that strength is not in domination, but in mercy. A household built on kindness becomes a fortress of peace. His message was not one of gender rivalry, but of harmony, that men and women are garments for one another, covering faults and bringing comfort. For a global audience, this is not merely a religious rule, it's a universal moral truth. Then the Prophet, peace be upon him, spoke of the day when all will return to their Creator. You will surely meet your Lord, and He will ask you about your deeds. No title, no position, no wealth will matter then. Only what we carried in our hearts and what we did with our hands. This reminder humbles rulers and empowers the weak. It tells every soul, you are accountable only to Allah, and His justice is perfect. When people live with this awareness, corruption fades, arrogance softens, and life becomes purposeful. True faith is not just belief, it is living as though you will meet Allah tomorrow. Toward the end, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said something that sealed the continuity of Islam forever. I leave behind two things, the Qur'an and my Sunnah. If you hold firmly to them, you will never go astray. These two, the Book of Allah and the example of His Messenger, remain the compass for all believers. The Qur'an teaches us what is right, the Sunnah shows us how to live it. Through them, the Prophet, peace be upon him, handed the Ummah a roadmap to truth that no time or culture can erase. Shortly after this sermon, a verse was revealed in the Qur'an. This day I have perfected for you your religion, completed my favor upon you, and have chosen for you Islam as your religion. With this verse, the divine message was sealed, complete, pure, and eternal. Islam was not meant for Arabia alone, but for every heart that seeks to know its Creator. And today, that message continues to spread in every language, in every land, in every soul that finds peace in surrendering to Allah. The farewell sermon is not just history. It is a living legacy, a charter of human dignity, equality, and faith. It reminds us that Islam is not merely a religion of rituals, but a way of life that uplifts humanity. Its call is not for Muslims alone, but for everyone who believes that truth and justice belong to all. From the plains of Arafat to the cities of today, the Prophet's voice still calls, "Be kind, be just, be united. Remember Allah, and remember that all of you are one human family." And so the final sermon remains, not a farewell, but a beginning of a truth that will continue to guide hearts until the last day.